NXT Roadblock was tremendous. Shawn Michaels hit a grand slam. This was a very, very good show. Phenomenal show. This felt like a pay-per-view on television. It was that damn good. Kudos to Shawn Michaels. Kudos. So we're going to get into NXT Roadblock from March the 11th, 2025. So we kicked the show off with the first match of the night. Fraxiom versus the Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff Hardy, for the TNA World Tag Team Championships. The Hardy Boys retain. Jeff Hardy gets the win via the Swanton Bomb. The crowd was super into this. The Hardys got a massive ovation as per usual. And it seems like the Hardys want another shot at Fraxiom. So this time they want the NXT Tag Team Championships. And that match might take place probably at, hopefully, Stand and Deliver. I think that would be cool. This is great. This was great. Like I said before, the crowd was super into this. And this New York crowd, they were hot all damn night. They were hot. They were into everything on this show. And this show was really good. So the Hardy Boys obviously got the win. Like, why wouldn't they? Matt and Jeff Hardy are going to be pulling double duty. Jeff Hardy's going to be taking on Moose at a sacrifice in a ladder match. And I think Matt Hardy's going to be a part of a 10-man tag in a steel cage. So, yeah, they're going to be busy this week, that being the Hardys. So, yeah, really good stuff there, though. But hopefully we do get Fraxiom and the Hardys again, probably at Stand and Deliver. Maybe we'll get a ladder match. That would be fun there. Moving on. So Jada Parker, her sexy ass was in the back. So Mickie James shows up. Mickie James tells her that she's got the winner of Giulia and Stephanie Vaquuer winner-take-all match. Mickie says that Jada has to make her own opportunity because Miss Parker don't play, and makes zero apologies for it. Mickie believes that Jada belongs at the top. It's Stand and Deliver season. If Jada wants to make a statement, she better take home the NXT Women's Championship. This was great. I love this. I wish that Mickie James could actually be a part of NXT. I really do. Either as like a producer or really the GM, because she would be leaps and bounds better than Ava. But we all know why Ava is there in that position. We all know why. Cough, cough, nepotism. So it is what it is. But Mickie James would be great. And I do think that Jada Parker would make a fine NXT champion. NXT Women's Champion. So, yeah. But I do like that. Jada's trying to be one of the top girls, and she can be. You know, Jada Parker can damn sure be at the top of the division. Now, I don't know how she would do on the main roster. I don't know how Triple H would book her on the main roster. But right now, she's in good hands with Shawn Michaels. And Shawn Michaels has booked Jada Parker very, very well so far. So, yeah. Moving on. This leads us into the family. So they were backstage. So Stacks feels like he cost the Dawn of NXT the North American Championship. Tony D says that the family is at their best when they have a game plan. So next week on NXT, the family's going to take on the team of Brooks Jensen, Nico Vance, and Izzy Dame in a 6-person tag. Okay, that's fine. Who cares, though? I feel like Tony D is probably going to end up getting called up in due time. That's just what it seems like to me. Moving on. Jordynne Grace defeats Roxanne Perez in a really good match. The match was fine. I know a lot of people thought that Roxanne Perez got her main roster call-up. She did not, but she eventually will. This match was, decent. They faced before. They fought at last year's Battleground. So, Jordynne Grace did a bunch of power moves. Roxanne hurt the leg of Jordynne Grace. She stomped on it, and she worked over the leg in this match. And then Jordynne Grace was able to come back. She ended up hitting a rolling Death Valley driver, and then she followed that up with the Juggernaut driver, what she now calls the beast mode for the 1, 2, 3. Okay, I like that. Really good stuff here. And they did mention on commentary that it seems like, Jordynne Grace is going to go after whoever wins the unification match between Stephanie Vaquuer and Giulia. So now her path is clear. She's got basically one champion to go after. Basically, that being Stephanie Vaquuer, spoiler alert. So, yeah. This is good. I enjoyed this. I think Roxanne Perez is going to get caught up to the main roster. It's time now. I think that they just put her back down there just to work with Jordynne Grace real quick. Give Jordynne Grace her win back and everything else, and now she's going to be back on the main roster. I mean, as you can see, what she did in the Elimination Chamber for the women and the Women's Royal Rumble. So she is prepped, primed, and ready for the main roster. And I think she'll do well on the main roster. She will. I mean, if she came in runner-up in the Women's Royal Rumble back in January, then she's going to be fine on the main roster. Trust and believe. Triple H loves his work rate girls. So, yeah. She's not that good in the promo department. She's not that good in the character department. But work rate, yeah, she's solid in that department. So, there's that. Moving on. So this leads us into Oba Femi. He's getting ready for his match. He runs into The Undertaker. So The Undertaker said that he's been very impressed with Oba. He didn't have to tell Oba how important this match is. Undertaker tells Oba Femi to protect his star tonight. And then Oba Femi fist bumps The Undertaker. That was great. All right, cool. So we get a Trick Williams, Eddie Thorpe vignette. So Trick Williams was training. He was doing push-ups. He was running on the sidewalk and stuff like that. Get ready for the NXT Underground match next week involving Eddie Thorpe. So I'm pretty sure that should be the main event of next week's show. Hopefully, it should be. And Trick Williams needs to win that match. So I am kind of hyped for that match next week, and it should bang. Moving on, Oba Femi versus Moose for the NXT Championship. Oba Femi defeats Moose to retain the NXT Championship. This match was fucking awesome. I gotta take it. My bad. I gotta take my hat off to Moose. Moose did phenomenally well. Moose worked hard in this match. This match was hard-hitting. This match was fun. I enjoyed this match. There was one part in the match where Oba Femi gorilla pressed Moose over the top rope. That was tremendous. That was great. Because Moose is a massive guy. He's like 6'6", 6'7". He's like 280 to like probably 300. Solid 300. And Oba Femi's like 310, so, Oba Femi, he's in that fucking gym beasting probably about 4 or 5 times a week. But damn, that was awesome. There was one spot in the match where Oba Femi just chopped the shit out of Moose, and Moose just went down. I was like, damn. Then there was a spot in the match where Moose came back. He clotheslined Oba Femi over the top rope. He hit a Uranagi through the announce table. That popped the crowd. And then he also did a spear. Thankfully, Oba kicked out at 2. And then Oba, he got the win via the fall from grace. So it took 2 fall from graces to put away Moose. This was tremendous. Moose has earned my respect. He's earned my respect. And hopefully the match that he has with Jeff Hardy at Sacrifice this weekend, hopefully he can impress me there too. But right now, he's earned my respect. I still think he's kind of a bum. But if Moose can get a really good match out of Jeff Hardy at Sacrifice, I will give Moose his props and respect. I mean, I respect Moose. For right now, I respect him. So, he's won. He's got 1 point on the scoreboard. Can he get 2? Can he get 2? We'll have to wait and see. But, man, this thing was tremendous. And the crowd was super into this shit, too. This was great. This is definitely a go watch again match. This is definitely a match that you want to go and watch and see. This was great. Just 2 big powerhouses just slugging it out, duking it out. 2 lions, 2 fucking gladiators going to war. That's what these guys did, man. Kudos to Moose and kudos to Oba Femi, man. These guys fucking brought it. Moving on. So we get a Sol Ruca, Daria vignette. They are doing some crazy stuff together. It's like a rage room type of thing, where they're like throwing axes and shit. They're breaking up glasses and vases and all that stuff. Really cool stuff. And this just sets up for Sol Ruca going after Chelsea Green for the Women's U.S. Championship next week. That should be fun. All right, moving on. So, Fallon Henley, she's tired of Ava ducking her. She wants a rematch for the Women's NXT North American Championship. So, that's cool. Ricky Saints shows up. JC Jane says Ricky doesn't belong here. So, Ricky wants to nip this thing in the bud with Ridge Holland. So, Ava makes the match next week. It's going to be Ricky Saints versus Ridge Holland. That's fine. And hopefully, since Ridge Holland is going to lose next week, then it's time for him to go to the main roster. It actually, believe it or not, it's been time for him to go to the main roster. Like, for real. Moving on. Ethan Page, he shows up. And he says that NXT doesn't like outsiders like Ricky Saints. So this is fine. So this is probably going to lead to Ricky Saints' first official feud. I wish it was with Wes Lee, but this is fine, I guess. Moving on, this leads us into Ethan Page versus Javon Evans in a New York City street fight. Javon Evans gets the win. He wins via the cutter through the table. That's how he wins. So, so that's cool there. So like I said, no, my bad. He wins via the springboard cutter. So this is a fun little match here. Javon Evans, the kid's got something. He's definitely special. I definitely think he's going places for sure. This match was fun. So he does his flips very smoothly, and he hit a cutter through the table on Ethan Page to take him out. So the table broke there. They also did another table spot on the outside. So really good stuff there. For whatever reason, Ethan Page, he looked like he was like Braun Strowman from like maybe 2016, 2017, thereabout. I don't know why, but it is what it is. And then post-match, those Renegade guys with Deion Lennox as their lead guy, for right now, I guess, they showed up and they beat the shit out of Javon Evans. Okay, that's fun there. Maybe we could do like an 8-man tag, maybe. Maybe Javon Evans could lead a team to take on these Renegade guys. Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We got 6 weeks until stand and deliver, so this is fine. Ethan Page will probably, be fighting Ricky Starks at stand and deliver. I think that would be good as long as it's just a one and done match. The two of them, they've got history. Obviously, they do. I know some people aren't going to be into it, but I think it could be fine. I mean, again, Ethan Page will probably be on the main roster. probably, as soon as Stand and Deliver is over, he'll probably show up on the Raw or Mania. I mean, my bad. The Raw or SmackDown after WrestleMania. So that's probably what will happen when it comes to him. That's fine there. So, then we get the Culling vignette. So, Sean Spears' new faction is called the Culling. Who really cares about this shit? Moving on. So this leads us into Eddie Thorpe. He has a backstage interview with Sarah Schreiber. So Eddie Thorpe, he got massively booted out of the building, rightfully so. Eddie Thorpe says that Trick Williams has no idea what he's getting into next week. Eddie says that he's the king of the NXT Underground. Eddie says the Trick's going to choke, just like the New York Knicks. And then out of nowhere, Trick Williams shows up. He beats the shit out of Eddie Thorpe. And all hell breaks loose. And Trick Williams stands tall in this brawl, getting some momentum for the NXT Underground, which should hopefully main event the show next week. So that's fine. Really good stuff there. Main event of the evening, Giulia versus Stephanie Vaquuer, champion versus champion, winner take all. And Stephanie Vaquuer wins. Stephanie Vaquuer actually wins. This is great. The match was not long. It was about maybe close to 10 minutes. I enjoyed it. So they ended up doing a bunch of power moves to each other, like, German suplexes. Does a bunch of counters in this match as well. So Giulia was going for the Beautiful Madness, and that was countered. So Vaquuer, she put in like a knee bar and all that stuff. Giulia got she hit some high cross body moves. So some really, really cool stuff there. And basically, so the finish came when Giulia hit the running knee. It's called the Arrivederci knee, for whatever reason. That's what it's called. And Stephanie Vaquuer kicked out, which is kind of interesting because Giulia's used that as a finish from time to time. So Vaquuer was able to kick out of that. Giulia was going to go for the Beautiful Madness once again. That was reversed. Well, no, not the Beautiful Madness, but she was going to go for the Northern Lights Bomb. That was reversed. And then Stephanie Vaquuer hit not one but two super kicks. And then she followed that up with not one but two SVBs for the 1, 2, 3. Stephanie Vaquuer wins. This is great. I didn't think that they were going to actually do this, but it makes sense that they did. I'm glad they did this. So, I know some people were like, well, Giulia lost. Maybe she's going to go to the main roster. No. Giulia just got there. She's only been there for about, 6 to 8 months. All they did was just switch the titles. So this is basically going to be the Keith Lee Adam Cole situation that they did maybe about 4 or 5 years ago at the time. So that's fine. They just switched the titles basically. Stephanie Vaquuer, she's earned being NXT Women's Champion. She's earned it. She's ready. She has had so many good matches. Not just in AEW, but, stuff on the indies, stuff in CMLL. So Stephanie Vaquuer can go. She's got this in-ring stuff down to a T. And she's an okay character. She's okay on the mic. She'll get there. So, I would imagine they'll probably have her end up vacating the Women's North American Championship. And that'll probably be contested in like a ladder match probably of some sort. So maybe you put in there like Soruka, maybe you put Giulia in there and all that. And then maybe at Stand and Deliver, you can do Jordynne Grace and Stephanie Vaquuer, or you could do Jada Parker and Stephanie Vaquuer. Either way, I'm down for it. But they'll probably have a 6-woman ladder match for the vacated NXT Women's Championship. So, yeah. But this show was great. I thoroughly enjoyed NXT Roadblock. We've got 6 weeks until Stand and Deliver. So, that's good. We've got time to build matches. So, yeah. But this was a very, very good show. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved Oba Femi and Moose. That was great. I loved the main event. That was solid. And the tag match was great. That was great. So the TNA NXT crossover has been working wonders for both promotions, and I do like that. So that should continue on into Stand and Deliver, as well as Rebellion as well. So, because some of that's going to be taking place on Sacrifice this weekend. So, yeah. But what did you guys think of NXT Roadblock? Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.